Good Sunday evening, high school sports fans. Joe Gillaway with Lingelstown Gazette Sports live from the Orchard Street studio. And this is our boys basketball postseason recap show. I'll be joined momentarily by our panel of experts as soon as we're done thanking those responsible for bringing you tonight's show, our Lingelstown Gazette Sports Platinum sponsors. There they are: Capital Region Insurance Agency, Payer Apparel, Team PA AAU Basketball, Ted's Bar and Grill, The Tire Mart, American Legion Post 272, Crystal Bob at Iron Valley Real Estate, Hoffman Ford, Sam Hartley Decking, and Tonino's Pizza. Thank you once again to these great local businesses for their continued support of Lingelstown Gazette Sports and our student athletes. I want to mention, as we do every week, that some of our photos that we use are compliments of Penn Live Patriot News. They have a crew of professional photographers who do very well, and sometimes we borrow some of their photos, but we don't want to do so without recognition. So thank you to Penn Live and their great photographer staff. We also want to remind everybody that Lingelstown Gazette Sports, this show in particular, is a prostate cancer awareness house, and we just want to encourage men out there, whether you're watching or you're a friend or a loved one of a male somewhere between the ages of 40 and 50 or so, that 1 out of 7 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. It's a very simple test. It starts with what's called a PSA test. It's just blood work, and don't be afraid. Go get this blood work done. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2022. I just actually had my prostate removed about 2.5 months ago now. And again, I say it every week. This is not about me at all. This is about you and your loved ones. If you've hit 50, it's time to go get tested for sure. If you hit 45 and are African American or have a family history of it, please go get checked. And then if you're around 40 years old, there are ways that you could be a very high risk. And again, if you're African American, once you hit 40, and I would say the same if you have cancer of any sort in your family, please go get tested. African Americans, and I know we have some friends of mine that are following the show here that are African American. They're twice as likely to develop prostate cancer and almost 2.5 times more likely to die of it. So it's recommended that they initially are tested between 5 to 10 years prior to when a white male of the same age would be tested. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So let me bring in the voice of Delco, Dave Berman. Dave, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just a lot going on. I know I'm going to count on you guys to help me out with District 3. I'm trying to get District 11 stuff, the Allentown area.
You're working overtime, buddy.
Allentown Morning Call, they charge, and they don't even give me time to cut and paste the damn story.
I try to do that too. And then John Melios, how are you, John?
Good. Glad to be here, Joe.
Let's start with this. Going to go outside of high school sports here just for a moment. And wow, what a big deal that is. I was 13 in 1989 or 1980. I was just prior to turning 14 when they won it. And then however many years later, was it 46 years later?
Yeah.
They won it today against Canada. So that's a big deal. And our women won it too. So that's awesome. Congratulations. It was a really good Olympics for the USA. I think they had 12 gold medals, 12 or 13. It was the most they've ever had in a Winter Olympics. And they were close to the most overall. John and I watched, what's it called, John? Curling last night. I mean, for a long time, for like an hour and a half.
We watched bodybuilding?
No. We watched a curling match. Is it a match?
Yeah, it was the bronze medal ladies match.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a Canada beat the US for bronze for the third place.
And I think we actually enjoyed it. I'm going to admit that it was something to do.
It was interesting, I've watched it years prior. It's one of those sports that they're all young and athletic and stuff, but it's not.
You could like smoke cigarettes and stuff while you're curling.
I don't know about that, but
it's like bowling. So anyway, let's move on here. Let's.
Can I give you a District 11 update at least, the Allentown area? Before
you want to do that right now?
Yeah, just real quick. Get it
Go
out
ahead.
of the way.
Go
All right,
ahead.
this is 6A, the Final Four. It's going to be Pocono Mountain East, who shocked Northampton, it looks like here.
That's the Concrete Kids,
Yeah,
Northampton.
37-24 in the quarterfinals. So Pocono Mountain East will play Parkland Wednesday night, and Liberty plays Whitehall in the 6A semifinal. So yeah,
Parkland's legendary up there, right, Dave?
They're good at everything.
They beat Imhotep this year. We'll talk about them later. They beat Imhotep up there. Weird game. It just was a 36-34. Parkland beat them. So we'll just see. I think this is a year. I think Central Dauphin has as good a chance as anybody in boys 6A to win a state championship.
We're going to talk about them here in a little bit. So let's start with housekeeping. All right. So I don't know what we usually call this, housekeeping or miscellaneous, or but anyway, let's talk about this. This is a big deal, I think, guys. The PIAA approves to shorten next year's season, the 26-27 season, by 1 week, so the state finals can be moved up a week to avoid Easter weekend. That's Bob Greenberg from Sports Radio 96.7 in Mercer County, PA.
I love Bob. Love him.
So here's all I want to know, and I'm not being argumentative. It's Easter, and a lot of kids are Christian and all that. And Easter's kind of a 3-day holiday because of Good Friday, and then Saturday's in between, and then Easter. But why do you have to move it back a week to basically accommodate 1 day? Because you're not playing games on Saturday and Sunday anyway, most of the time.
What about for us Jews, Passover?
There's no moving the season back or up or back or whatever it is for Passover. That's for sure.
I suppose that they're counting that whole week, Joe, as like Easter week. Good Friday's Friday, obviously, and then people go to services on Saturday. I know in the Greek Orthodox community, they go to church all week.
I think you guys you're more into it than we are.
But I don't know if our weeks match up this year. Anyways, our Easter might be later.
Right. Yeah. And then Dave, the Jews just have to grin and bear it, buddy.
Hey, speaking of Jews,
What?
Jack Hughes, fellow Jew, game-winning goal today for the United States.
How about that?
How
You don't see that often.
Us Jews can play hockey too.
Hey, Joe. So going back to this PIAA, shortening the season by 1 week, right?
By a week. Yeah.
So a couple years ago, they actually started the season a week earlier, right? Am I right about that?
I don't remember. I don't remember. You're probably right.
Yeah. So they used to start the season a week later, and they moved it up where you had an extra week at the beginning of the season.
I thought that was this year that they did that.
I think it was a couple years ago. They started. Right. It was 2-3 years ago they started that, which was a good move. Now, did they consider moving it up another week to accommodate that, or no? Or you don't know?
Here's what happens. Schools like some schools have a lot of multi-sport athletes and some don't. Okay, the schools that have the multi-sport athletes that go deep into the postseason for fall sports, they're playing catch up. Their bodies aren't ready. They're not ready. They're not even ready to play at all. They're still playing. So I don't know. It's a challenging situation for the PIAA. And I don't know what kind of premeditated.
So basically, all the teams are going to have to really look at their schedules and tighten up their games and make sure they get them all in, right?
Correct. That's correct.
They're going to have to play. If they were playing 2 or 3 games a week, some weeks they're going to be playing, 4 or more.
Yeah. That's what they got to do. It's got to kind of stuff them in here and there. So, anyway, remaining District 3 champions. Okay, last year the boys were from 1A up to 6A: High Point Baptist, York Catholic, Trinity, Berks Catholic, Hershey, and Central York, all still around. Okay. On the girls' side, Linville Hill, York Catholic, Trinity, York Suburban, Dallastown, all still around. Can you guys trivia? Which is the only girls' team that is not still remaining that was a champion last year?
Berlin Brothers.
No. This is kind of tough.
Champion?
They were 3-time in a row, back to back to back district champions, and they did not qualify this year.
Oh, geez. Is it like Linville Hill or something?
Why am missing?
Oh wow.
Okay.
They had an all-state player. I
Yeah.
can't remember her name.
Oh,
I interviewed her
Stewart.
on my show. What was it? Yeah, Elena Stewart. Alana. What was it, Dave?
Alana Stewart.
I'm embarrassed that I don't remember because she's an awesome young lady. I had her on not a show like this. I mean, I interviewed her for like a full show, and she was wonderful. I really enjoyed her, the time with her. But anyway, yeah, why I'm missing? They didn't qualify this year, so but
Right.
three championships in a row. You kind of got it done there. And we're going to just remind people.
I watched the DeLone Catholic boys game.
Yeah.
Linville Hill and DeLone Catholic remained on the Linville Hill game, a hell of a game. They were defending state champs. So I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, that was 62-56, the final on that game. Championship game sites. We mentioned this last week, but I know there's people, they still want to know what's going on because they are not at Giant Center this year. And this is a guy like a higher up at District 3 that texted me this. He said, they're going to be at various locations, the championship games, that is. They've got some sites lined up. It's just a matter of matching those sites with the right contests. So they're going to wait to see which schools qualify and then just kind of play chess.
Right. So what I read, Joe, is that they're going to have them all over a course of 3 nights, the 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Which is what they typically do, Thursday, Friday,
Right.
Saturday.
And then also, so they're going to try to do double headers. So
Okay. All right.
I would imagine they're going to have at least 6 sites with double headers then, because it's 12 games.
The only difference would be like for the media. I mean, I like to just, you know how I am. I like to just perch myself down there. I'll go down early and just sit there all day. You know, what are the first games played? Like 12, and then 2, and then whatever. I don't know, but I like to sit there and just watch game after game and just kind of, you know, cover them and post scores and stuff. But
right. In comparison, Joe, like you're saying, when they had them at the Giants Center, they did it over 3 days. So they had 4 games a day, basically.
4 games a day. Yeah.
So because it was 12 games. So
hopefully they'll get back to that.
This is just going to be more spread out, I would imagine, you know, because obviously you're going to have maybe 6 different locations, you know.
Yeah.
People aren't going to be able to, like you said, the media is not going to be able to get to all of them.
No. So anyway, we're going to do a show. This is pretty cool. John, you've been involved in this in the past on the boys side. And I'll tell you what, it's no mystery. I love girls basketball. We don't do a dedicated girls basketball show on a weekly basis like we've done for boys the last at least 2 years. I think it's been 2, maybe 3 years. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring back our Fab 15 girls basketball all-star teams. And it will be a first team, a second team, a third team, an honorable mention team, which we call the next 5. And so there'll be 20 girls recognized. And then we'll do a futures, which is freshmen and sophomores. And then we'll do a player of the year and a defensive player of the year. And that's
and Joe, just to be clear, Joe, real quick, this is out of the Mid-Penn.
Mid-Penn. Thank you, John. Mid-Penn.
Yeah, not all of District 3, just Mid-Penn.
Right. But that includes like Altoona and State College now. So
right.
You know, we don't want any resistance from the people that say that they're far away.
And it's going to go across all the divisions and classifications.
Right. That's important to note.
Right.
It's important to note that, you know, the first team could have 3 or 4 Commonwealth
2A player, yeah.
Or first team could have. I mean, let's just put it, and then we'll move on. But like we can tell you right now, coming out of the Colonial Division would be Kosher from Middletown. She's going to be on the first team, even though she's in like quote unquote the 3rd division. So yes, John, that's a great point that we're not going division by division. It's going to be overall Mid-Penn. And then how about this, Dave? Do you know anything about this? In Friday's WPIAL, which is District 7 Class 5A quarterfinals, Gateway versus Moon boys game, a 6 players on the court technical foul was assessed to Gateway with 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Gateway coach Vern Benson called the foul a momentum killer for his team, who eventually fell 40-35 to Moon. According to a source, a friend of mine who was actually at the broadcast table, he broadcasted the game.
Who's that?
I don't want to mention his name.
Why?
Well, because he might because he took a side.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Sorry, Dave. Okay, I should have said. Well, he took the side of what he thought was right, is what I'm saying. He didn't choose it
all the time. So
he didn't choose a team or a coach or anything like that. According to my source, the call was justified. Somehow they ended up with 6 players on the floor. I don't know how that happens. In soccer, in some sport, don't they, when somebody runs in, they like hand off a T-shirt or a rag or something? John, have you seen that? You hand it off.
I think we talked about this earlier. I've seen it happen in basketball, but as long as the ball is not inbounded with the 6 players, the refs sort of help them say, "Hey, you got an extra guy here, get him off."
Or a free throw taken, or it could be a free throw.
Right? Yeah. So I would imagine that nobody caught it, and until the ball was inbounded, and then they had to call technical at that point.
At that point, they had to. And I saw fans. I'm on so many of these. You guys probably are too. I'm on so many different Facebook pages from all over the state, and boys sports and girls sports, and of course the officials were being targeted for this. They said it's the officials' fault, and my source said no, it wasn't. And other people who seem to have a little bit of a better grasp on the situation on some of these threads said no.
They had find this story. I'm trying to find the Tribune Review.
So it's just kind of odd. It falls under housekeeping. It's just kind of something that doesn't have anything to do with what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, you don't see that called often, Joe. I might have seen it once in the last 10 years.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Which game is this? Which game?
Moon
Gateway.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
40-35 final.
Gateway
5A boys.
Coach Vern Benson said they got 27 foul shots. We shot 9.
That doesn't matter.
You guys come to your own conclusion. This is in the paper.
I saw the quote. I wasn't going to mention that because that's a very coachy thing to say. Coaches like to use that. And yeah, sometimes it could be unfair, but that doesn't always mean, and John, you know where I'm going with this. Some teams play more aggressive defense.
Right.
Some teams foul more. I mean, I've seen coaches. I'm a public address announcer like you, Dave. So I sit right between the 2 head coaches, and I see coaches like pointing at the scoreboard going, it's 4-2 or 4-1, or, okay, well, maybe your team's playing like, maybe they're fouling, So anyway, we're not here to blast that coach. I mean, maybe it was an emotional time. He just lost a game, big game.
That's another topic than what you brought up, Joe.
That's another topic. Yeah. All right. Then the last housekeeping, we just want to mention this. Mid-Penn teams remaining in the District 3 tournament. Central Dauphin out of 6A, Hershey and Milton Hershey, and they're on opposite sides of the bracket.
Mid-Penn Keystone.
What's that?
Mid-Penn Keystone, huh?
Absolutely. McDevitt and Big Spring. I think they might play now. John, is it?
They play. Yeah, they play tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
And then of course Trinity. They're here every year at this juncture. And then just to kind of recognize on the girls' side, Central Dauphin, Middletown, Susquehanna Township, and Trinity. Central Dauphin and Trinity are the only schools that have both the boys and the girls remaining, guys. So anyway.
And State College, Mid-Penn Commonwealth, wins a District 6 championship over the weekend.
Boys, yeah. Yep. Congratulations to State College. And you said, Dave, like they had guys like quit the team and injured, and what happened there?
I don't know what happened, but they were a little short, and their Nick Carr, their leading scorer, has been out there, got hurt against Exeter. Remember they lost to Exeter?
Yeah.
So it's amazing what they did against a fully loaded and pretty experienced, even though they're all juniors, Mifflin County team. And State College for the 3rd straight year finds a way to beat my Huskies in the District 6 6A championship.
Yes, they did. They did.
Mifflin County next year, though.
Yep. Okay, so let's go. Thank you, Dave. Let's start at 1A, like we always do, because we're going to kind of, is the word crescendo? We're going to kind of move towards a crescendo, which is 6A. 1A, and we're just going to recognize the teams. We don't cover 1A much. I say this every week because there aren't any teams in our area that a lot of these 1A schools, Dave, are like Lancaster County and York County. They're just small schools. And
York Country Day
remains.
That's a team that my Chester Charter team won the District 1 Single A championship yesterday. Boys Hoops are talking about. That's a team we're going to have to get by in the PIAA state tournament.
They've won by 31, and they face Dayspring, and then Coventry Christian faces the defending champ High Point Baptist, and they play Thursday in the semis, and then the following Wednesday. Could that be? How could that be?
No.
They play Monday and then Thursday. I'm sorry. Yeah, they play Monday, tomorrow, and then Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah. Oh God. Calgon, take me away. Okay, so let's move to. We can't move.
Yeah, so probably the 1A and the 2A schools, Joe, are going to be playing on Wednesday in the championships because that's the earliest, the 25th, that the championships are going to be.
No, because remember, 1A has, I think, 10 schools make it out of 1A. It's
okay. So it's probably 2A and 3A. You're right.
It's 4A is at the championship level. No, yeah, 2A and 3A. 2A and 3A.
Yeah, 2A and 3A. Yeah, you're right.
So there's two. Coventry Christian came down here, believe it or not, and they're Single A school. They beat a 5A school that I announced some of their games, Strathaven boys basketball.
Well, these aren't true 1A schools, Dave. These are 1A schools by enrollment, not by talent.
Well, yeah,
not by building their programs with players that are already there for education and already walking the halls, and
Yeah. Well,
so all right. Well,
but you're saying it by Chester Charter, same thing.
I would say they're probably recruiting a little bit. Certainly, yeah.
Don't say that R word, please.
It's probably hard not to. I mean, if I was running a private school and I could go out and like bring players in, I don't know why I wouldn't. I
think the Philadelphia Catholic League, they recruit.
Well, sure, absolutely.
I know that's a fact.
Nature of the game down there. So anyway, but we love them anyway. There's some great coaches, great teams, and I like following them. And
what's the standard line for that, Joe? Attraction, not promotion, right?
Attraction rather than promotion, right? Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So, and then we're gonna have Jason Fisher on here. Is it next week? Yeah, the 4th. Is that next week?
Yeah, maybe.
No, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. Yeah. So, from Devon Prep. Okay. So 2A, DeLone Catholic versus York Catholic. No surprise there.
Who do you think's going to win?
Man, Dave, I don't know.
The Catholic school's going to win.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Dave, you want to bet? I'll take a Catholic school. You can have every other school out there.
Can we give a shout to Coach Cable and Steel High?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes. Jeremy Buzz Cable. And let's see, is there a record?
First year coach.
Finished 11-10. Yeah, finished 11-10. I think they finished like 4th in the Capital Division, 3rd or 4th, maybe 3rd.
That record is like sort of like finishing like 16-6 in a regular team because like we talk about it all year, Joe. They're playing 5A and 6A teams all year.
Yeah,
4A, 5A, 6A.
Great point. Yeah, they played Harrisburg. They played Susquehanna Township.
I think they played in their division.
Yeah, twice, and they only lost to them by 3 points at the beginning of the season.
Right. They play. I think they play East this year too.
I think they.
Not sure.
Shows you how good York Country Day is. York Country Day beat Steel High 87-56.
Different breed of different class of basketball program down there, Dave. Okay, so let's move up to 3A now.
And no surprise in 3A either, right?
No, that's Trinity Lancaster Mennonite. We've been looking at this. I had this circled on my calendar. I mean, at the beginning of the season, back in December, I said, "Man, that's going to be a one heck of a final." You know, Dave, John, you guys both have heard me talking about it all season long.
Well, Lancaster Mennonite came down here and beat Chester at our place. 50.
What a great win.
Didn't Trinity and Lancaster Mennonite meet in the regular season, Joe?
Trinity beat them.
Yeah, they won by a lot.
Pretty good, right? Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
And then Mennonite last week beat Octorara, who's a 5A school, and 23-2 in one of those losses. The only other one, the Lancaster Mennonite, and that was in the Lancaster Lemon League Championship. So that's how good Lancaster Mennonite is. They're not flashy. So what do you think of this game, guys? You've seen Trinity, you've seen Mennonite.
Man, I would not bet the house on this one, Dave.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lancaster Mennonite, but by going by what you said, Dave, and they've probably gotten better since the first time they met Trinity, I would imagine, especially being 5A Octorara. That they've had a great season. So Lancaster Mennonite, I would expect this game to be close.
I shared you the videos, guys. I shared you the link to the Chester game with Lancaster Mennonite and the Octorara.
Kirby Lentz says, hi, guys. Well, yeah, I don't know enough about that to say. I know that Trinity's they have a really good player in Andre Steele. Remember last year he played at a real high level, I think in the the Mid-Penn semifinals or championship game. And I said, man, that kid can play. So
right.
And they have some other players. You've seen Dre Steele play, haven't you, John? He's tough.
Yeah, I remember last year he was playing really well for he kept his team in the game.
Yeah, I think he scored like 21 or something like that. So all right, so that's 3A. Let's move up to 4A here, guys. Another one, man. This is I would be shocked. Well, I mean, Big Spring's good. They could pull an upset.
Big Spring has one of the top players in the Mid-Penn, right?
Landon Sally, averaging 30 points a game.
1,000-point score as a sophomore. So you never know. You just never know.
Well, they just beat Trinity by what, like 14 or something, 12 or 15?
Right. But right before that, Big Spring lost to McDevitt by a decent amount. So
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but you never know. Games, you show up to these games and you play them, and you never know the outcome.
I count teams out. Okay, you guys know that. A lot of times I will say there's no way that's ever. I'm not counting Big Spring out. I think Jason Creek's a really good coach. He's coaching some really big games. I think they went. I know they went to a district championship game 2 years ago. They lost, but I mean that just means that he does know how to coach in big games, and
of course,
Landon Sally's a big game player, and I'm sure he's got a really nice supporting staff. So
you know McDevitt's going to be the favorite, right? But I mean,
absolutely.
we were calling this matchup. I think probably all of Central PA was calling this matchup at the beginning of the season. Berks Catholic and McDevitt. So We'll see if it happens.
John and I, Dave, we kind of think Berks Catholic might be the best team, or any classification in the district.
Well, I saw Pope John Paul was PA announcer yesterday. The District 1 4A championship, and Shanahan is as good as anybody, I think, in 4A. So Paul, and Pope John Paul was actually up in that game by 28 points. Ended up winning by 8. Keep an eye on Pope John Paul II from Roy.
How good of a Pope do you have to be to have a high school basketball team named after you?
I thought they named it after the Pope Paul Owens.
They're from the Phillies. We're going to hell, Dave.
You remember him?
We're going. Yeah, I know who Paul Owens is.
They call him the Pope, man.
Yeah, I know who Paul Owens is. All right. Well, that my joke went over like a lead balloon.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's move up to 5A. We have some familiarity here.
Baby.
Milton Hershey against Octorara.
Octorara
was what, one loss, right? They only have one loss on the season.
One loss in the regular season, right?
Yeah. No, they lost in the district in their league tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Dave?
Lancaster Mennonite beat them, but very close down to the wire.
In the championship game.
And then they played Downingtown West, a 6A team, beat them in a very close game also.
Oh, Downingtown West beat them?
Yeah.
Okay, that
John, was their first loss, and then their second loss was in the tournament.
That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt to lose games like that.
It was great to play a 6A team,
That's one of the things we're going to move to 6A here soon, but that's one of the things that kind of scares me about like a Central Dauphin. They haven't lost in a while, in a minute, as they say.
Yeah.
And I don't like going into the I don't know what that is, but that is a thing. You kind of forget how to lose, and you don't want losing to be in the front of your head. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes getting a little butt whooping doesn't hurt you a whole lot. kind of recalibrates you or reminds you that you got to work hard, you know. So yeah, that would be something. And I understand you're friends with Gene and Dave, but man, I tell you, for guys like John and myself, Hershey Milton Hershey 3 would be pretty cool.
Octorara is a tough out.
I mean,
Vincent Thaler can jump out of the building. Octorara will win. Bourbon guarantee. But
oh wow,
I've been wrong before.
I think both these matchups are good, Joe. I mean, we got good matchups here. You know, it could go either way. Any of these 4 teams could win.
West York has 1 loss. I think they're 22-1, and that was the Central Dauphin early in the season, and that's not a bad loss.
Are you going to go to the Octorara game?
I am not.
John, really go.
I have other games. I have the public address announced tomorrow night.
Everything's
girls
tomorrow, right?
No, we don't have anything. We have like slush.
What?
We got like an inch. We're expected to get an inch or 2 here in Harrisburg.
Yeah, it was real. It wasn't real. It was a bad forecast.
But it said on Facebook we're going to get slammed.
Dave, you got to stop.
They did in Lebanon to Philly is getting snow.
Yeah, we were west of it, Dave. That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Octorara's got to take the trip up there. We'll see.
Octorara, that's mushroom country.
It's probably not. It's probably not till Tuesday, anyways, isn't it? It's not Monday, is it?
Monday.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Here, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Right here, right there.
Who's the public address announcer for Milton Hershey?
I don't know, but I think he's pretty good.
Better than me.
He likes doing. He's different than you. I think he likes doing it because I've offered my services before to Mark Zerby, the athletic director, Coach Zerby. Just I want to do a game down there, man, like a crowded game with a lot of energy and just one time. And he's like, oh, our guy, he kind of likes doing it. And I said, well, just call me sometime if he can't make it. So, but he's good. He does a great job, you know. No, Dave, I love your public address announcing. It's just he has a different style than you.
I'm not bragging or anything, but people say I'm the best ever.
On this side of the Mississippi or in the world?
Pretty much.
In the universe.
Dave is the best PA announcer between Chester and Chester Charter.
And Westchester.
Ladies, welcome. I mean, it's just a deliver. It's not a yeller and scream.
Comes natural, right?
It's like you. Good evening. Welcome to Central Dauphin High School for
home of the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division Lady Rams basketball team. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We know what people say.
Enough of that.
Like Dan Baker, the Phillies public address.
I don't know. I just have fun doing it. I enjoy it. I've had a chance to watch some really good games, some awesome girls play basketball for the past 11 years.
Joe. Yeah. Well, while we're still in 5A, before we get to 6A, let's give a shout out to Coach Ty Savercool.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs. He finished 16-6 in the regular season, made the district playoffs.
Yes.
Lost in the first round. They're in the consolation round currently. They beat East Penn to stay alive in the consolation round.
Yeah.
And they're going to be playing who? Redland.
Redland. Yeah. We've been watching you, Coach. If you're watching, John and I, we root for you. We text each other, hey, they won again, and all that. So yeah, we're rooting for you for your Northern York Polar Bears. Go ahead, Dave.
Public address announcer for the Redland Octorara game.
Yes, you were. Yeah, you take your show on the road. I don't. I'm sometimes I have in the postseason, but I'm usually just the girls Central Dauphin girls basketball.
Octorara beat them by 23 points.
Okay, all right. Well. Best wishes to all of the 5A schools, and let's jump into 6A here. And I would say, I don't know. I don't think there's any real surprises. I want to credit Central York for hanging on after Brooklyn Nace left. I mean, they're not as good as they were. Okay, they're just not. Brooklyn Nace was an all District 3 player. All right, I don't know if it's first team, second, whatever, but he is a really, really good basketball player. He's a football player. That's why he left early to go to college, to start his college early. But Central York was faced with a situation. They could have folded up shop and they still only have, what is it? How many losses? 2 or 3 on the season?
I think right after they lost him, Joe, they struggled to find their identity. They lost 2 games in a row after they lost him.
They lost to Central Dauphin and York High.
Right. So then they're not bad losses because they're 2 of the other teams that are left in the tournament.
That's a great point. Yeah. They're 21-2.
Yeah. So
Jeff Hoke.
Even losing Brooklyn Nace, they've been finding ways to win. I know they were down early in that game, the last game. I think was that to Cedar Crest? No, that was to
Harrisburg.
No, the second, the last game.
Chambersburg.
Yeah, they were down a lot to Chambersburg early, and they battled back and won easy.
Harrisburg had them on their heels too. Harrisburg was winning that game for a significant portion of the game.
Right.
I watched every second of it. You know what, John? I'm going to say it one more time. Harrisburg's pretty darn good.
Well, Harrisburg had Stevie like that too, right?
On a lot of nights, yeah. Oh, they beat them.
But even the second game, they were winning most of the game.
Yeah, they were winning it. I think not most of the game, but till like earlier third quarter. Yeah,
third quarter. Yeah.
But I mean, I just want to say, man, this Harrisburg. I don't know what it was that they couldn't stay consistent. Like I'm going to say it again, Jekyll and Hyde. But man, when they were good, they were really good this year. Demir Arp is really something. I mean, he played very, very well. I think Jayon Lewis, his ankle was really, when they say a bum ankle, I think it was really bumming him out. I think he has a hard time because he's a lot better than some of the times he just wasn't able to kind of put
I think they call it like that nagging injury that just won't go away.
And it's credit to Jayon, he was out there doing it, playing. And then who's the Brown for the Trinity transfer was really good too, but they weren't deep. They think they finished 12 and 10. There's 12 and 11. I think that's the same record as Steel High. And Dave, when was the last time that Harrisburg had been in the postseason before this?
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Lost first round of the state tournament.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I think, and here again, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and this is just my opinion. Let me say this first. 3, we have Central York, Red Lion, and York High, William Penn. 3 York Adams teams remaining. York County teams remaining.
That is so cool.
That's strong.
So, Joe, did you mention the matchups here?
That's what I'm going to mention right now. Let's start at the top of the brackets, and I'm not going to keep this on, but just so people could take another look. The top has Central Dauphin versus William Penn. Then the bottom is Central York versus Red Lion. Central Dauphin's a 1 seed. York William Penn is one of the better 12 seeds you'll ever see. I've been watching them pretty intimately, pretty closely, William Penn, for ever since they one of my friends, Coach Steve Little, is the assistant coach. He's a principal down there. So I've kind of been rooting for him and his team. But I did the public address announcing for the Central Dauphin East versus, and John, I told you right away, I said, man, that team's really good. They have, let me put it to you this way. They have the best player in the entire tournament in Nasir Barnes. He's a point/2 guard. And one of probably the best big man remaining in the tournament in Brandon DeShields. He's like 6'7", 6'8", and he's smooth. And the one thing Central Dauphin doesn't really have is a really good big man. They have Johnny Shirey, who's a junior who has improved a great deal. Okay, great kid, great competitor, but Central Dauphin, other than that, what are they? Maybe 6'3", 6'4", John, is their tallest guy?
They've got some big guys. Jelani Easter, I think, is their biggest besides Shirey.
6'4", maybe. Yeah, they're not small. I'm not saying that.
Khalil Roberts is long, and the Shakur Starling is 6'2". His younger brother's probably the same height, if not taller.
York has the best player in the tournament and the best big man, at least left, but Central Dauphin has 4 very good players. I mean, Central Dauphin has 4 all-star players, in my opinion. We just mentioned all of them. Roberts, Starling, D'Olimpio. We didn't mention D'Olimpio, who's...
Oh, yeah. How can you forget him? He made like 7 threes the other night.
He's like at least tied.
That's unofficial.
Yeah.
But it was something like that.
It was a lot. Central Dauphin did beat York earlier in the season. I forgot about that. This is a different York team, and I'm not trying to set this up to be. This is a different York team. This is not a 12 seed York team. They just went to the championship game of a very talented York Adams tournament, and they lost in overtime to York Suburban, but they're good and they have a lot of athletes. The one thing Central Dauphin's able to do, and John, you've watched a handful of times, I think you saw them against McDevitt, you saw them the other night. We were there in person. They're able to kind of get more athletic than you eventually. Like Manheim Township got off to a big lead against Central Dauphin. The athleticism kicked in. There went that. Cedar Cliff, let's credit Cedar Cliff. They were really good the other night. I mean, they just got out athleted or what is that? Is that a word?
Yeah, the ball pressure that Central Dauphin puts on these teams is unmatched in all of District 3.
And
I mean, you got to handle that ball, and you got to get up that court and pass the ball with precision, or you're going to lose it.
I don't think that's going to happen against York. I'm not saying that York's going to beat them either, okay? York is the team that's going to be able to say, not on our watch. I mean, they run, and they're just as athletic as Central Dauphin. I don't know if top to bottom. Central Dauphin has, they go like 9 or 10 deep. That's how many play.
They went 11 deep the other night.
Yeah, so it should be. I think it's going to be a good game. York High, they do have like 6 or 7 losses on the season. I would venture to guess probably mostly earlier in the season. They have 7 losses. Probably mostly earlier in the season. They're 0-2 against Central York. Is York High? No, they're 1-1, right? Yeah, is that who Central York lost to? York High, the other one, or Red Lion. Red Lion. They lost to Red Lion
by a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Central York lost to Red Lion.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We just said a moment ago that we thought that York William Penn beat. That was the last game I think that the Shields played, or one of the last games when they played William Penn. So I think this is the title game. I say that with a lot of respect to Central York and Red Lion, and watch one of those teams win now. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I think this is a 50-50 game, guys, or close to it. Central Dauphin should win. Okay, I'm not excusing them if they don't, but I just think, and you guys are going to see if you haven't seen them yet. York's William Penn's really good. How about this?
So you're right, Joe. York High did lose to Red Lion also.
They lost to them right before the Shields, probably right before the 2 games before the Red Lion, or 2 games before the Central Dauphin game, right, John?
Yeah, and they lost to Central York twice this year.
Right. Yep. How many titles do you think Central Dauphin has in history? District 3, in their illustrious boys basketball history.
How about 1?
3?
In the middle, 2.
3. Okay.
I think it's like 73 in 2012, maybe. I don't know. I didn't even
know.
No, they went to the state tournament with Charles Harvey and that crew in 67. Didn't they had to win it then?
I think you do have to win it then. Maybe that was it then, Dave.
Yeah, 67.
And how many do you think York High has district championships?
8, 9, 14.
12.
Yeah.
They're one of the top in history, one of the top pro, and not even recently. John and I were going over it yesterday or the day before, and they won in like 2010, 2012, 2014.
Yeah, like 14, 15 maybe.
Yeah, 14 and 15. And here, this is remember we had Coach Scheffler from Chambersburg on last year, great guest. And I was reminded last year, Chambersburg won the 2012 4A title, which was the big school title back in 2012, of course, after entering the tournament with a 15 seed. Now that was a 20-team field, but York has a 12 seed in a 16-team field, 15 in the 20. It's close, and then that Chambersburg team had to win 2 overtime games. They beat Harrisburg in the district championship. So I don't know. I kind of think that things recalibrate once you get later in the season. That's when you know when a team's really good or not. And I think York's going to be a fun game to watch. Let me just put it to you that way. So how about Central York and Red Lion, fellas? Central York's the defending district champion.
You got to favor them. You have to because they are the champs.
I mean, I don't know if I would favor them because they're the champs so much as just they just played some big games over the
Did they
past.
beat CD in the district final last year, right, Joe?
They beat CD in the district final by enough, like 7. CD kept it close for most of the game. The cream rose. Central York was just a better team. They had better players, and Central Dauphin played their tails off. Central Dauphin and Coach Wayne Fletcher. Central York won it last year. That was their only district championship in history, school history. Red Lion have never won. So we have a chance to see, a first-time district champion, Red Lion. That's a good program down there. This isn't just like, flash in the pan situation here. The teams did split during the regular season. Redland won by 16. That's the game John just alluded to back on January 20th without Brooklyn Nace available for Central York. This would be a great accomplishment for Coach Jeff Hoke, Dave, don't you think? To be able to get through this tournament after losing Nace. And look, I'm not discounting. They got a bunch of other good players, okay?
Yeah, you're making a big deal out of Nace. I mean,
he's a big deal. He's a big deal.
Well,
take the best player off of any team, and when he's by far the best player,
better than RJ Brown.
Who's RJ Brown?
The guard for Central York.
Yeah, he's better than RJ Brown. More impactful. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, more impactful, stronger, more well-rounded game. Yeah, I think so. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, please accept my apologies.
That's a dude.
I really like Nace as an athlete, and I just think he's a leader. They knew he was leaving. They lost him, and Jeff Hoke and his guys have kept the ship righted, so to speak. So, man, that's it. 46 minutes in, guys. We did a good job there, Dave. No,
right.
We're not done. What we have Catholic League Championship.
Father Judge wins it again, back to back. Amazing. Hey, they are still. You got to favor them until somebody knocks them off.
Dave, I told you they were like 4-9 or something. What were they earlier in the season? Yeah. I said, don't count them out. They'll
lost to Coatesville too.
Yeah.
The Coatesville's loaded. I'll get to the District 1 in a second. Keep an eye, obviously, on Newman Goretti. You got to favor them to win the 5A PIAA state title, even though Bonner's right there. We got Pencrest, who's in the District 1 5A title game. Upper Dublin. Those teams in the West are good. You talked about Octorara, Milton Hershey.
What about Coach Chris Rowntree from Father Judge? He was on the show last year.
Yeah.
What an amazing guy. Like, you get done with that guy, you're like, oh man, that's a coach. That dude right there is a coach. Basketball.
Posted the Bob Long has all kinds of stuff he's sharing now on his YouTube page. He has an interview with Chris after the game today. So I'm posting all this stuff. And even the Imhotep win a low-scoring game over West Philly in the Philadelphia Public League Championship.
Neither team got out of the 30s, did they? What was the final score?
39-35. I posted a video of that game. You can enjoy, and you guys will get a better read on everything if you continue to click on this stuff. So that broadcast on there, and then Chris Rowntree's interview with Bob Long. Bob televised the games. I'll put the Catholic League games. I'll put them on too. So give you guys a lot to sit back, relax. You guys got it made.
You do a great job, Dave. I share a lot of your stuff, and I appreciate it. My followers
are single. You don't have any kids. Well, you have kids.
Here we go. You know how old my son is, Dave?
Your son's what, 25?
34?
37.
Jeez.
My son's 37 years old.
This is
my son just turned 22.
Working for my
That's old.
Yeah,
sometimes I just try to be in denial. I don't know. I feel good for my age, but 37 years old he is.
So the Catholic.
Hey, Dave, that post you made about the history of the Catholic League Championship, that was really good. You got to share that one, Joe. I mean, it's going back to like the 20s.
It's on Linglestown Sport.
It has all the history.
Yeah, that's really good stuff.
John, you blush. because
Dave,
you're hard to
if,
please.
if
You
you
really
ask Dave for something, it's like he's like a Wild West, like a gunslinger. Like you say, Dave,
Yeah,
you
I don't
have.
know.
He just posts it. He just posts it right away, or he like
I don't
texts
know
me
if he
right away.
has it. He has like archives online somewhere that he can click and
No, he's
paste.
got him. He's got him
or
in his belt. They're
It's
like sitting on his belt.
It's newspapers too. I know that.
Well, I hooked you up with 89, 90.
89 and 90.
Dave, do you still have that microfiche from the library in your basement?
All you got to do, it's $150 a year. Newspapers.com. The Harrisburg Patriots on there now, and you can find stuff way, way back. I have to look up. Where's your family from, John? Are they all Dauphin County people?
Greece.
My parents were born in Greece.
Oh, you can speak Greek then.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, Greek people can have bad tempers, man. You don't.
I don't have a temper.
Can I? And Joe, you're Italian. What are you?
No, I'm Irish.
Okay, you have a bad temper too, and then I'm a Jew.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Do you speak Hebrew, Dave? Okay, yeah, you went to school, right?
I went to Hebrew school.
Hebrew school, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't like it, but I did go to my bar mitzvah, and I remember all the all that stuff. So.
Okay, Dave, let's brass tacks. Let's get down to brass tacks. Do you eat pork?
Yes,
you could have lied. You could have lied. You didn't have to tell us.
We're not supposed to talk politics or religion, but I will say I'm born again Jew. I'm born.
Okay, all right, guys. What else, Dave? Anything else?
No. Let me run down District 1. Boy.
Let's go. Yeah, we got time for it.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Congrats to my Chester Charter boys high school basketball team. They win another District 1 single A championship, our fourth in a row. And they beat Philmont Christian yesterday, 69-44. That game was up in Bensalem. Double A, a game that I was public address announcer at Harriton yesterday. Delco Christian beats Church Farm, 52-47. Both teams go to the PIAA state tournament and could make some noise. Triple A, Mass Charter, only AAA team to go to the state tournament as they beat Bristol 70-48. Keep an eye on Mass Charter in the tournament. And Mifflin County beat them last summer in a tournament. So that's Mifflin County beat a team that has a chance to make them up, all but AAA. 4A, I announced this game at Harriton, Pope John Paul. They beat Bishop Shanahan 82-74. Pope John Paul is good enough to win a PIAA state title. How's that?
I believe it.
But keep an eye. Talk to Jason Fisher next week. We'll have Jason right on.
He's another one. Just like Father Judge and Chris Rowntree. They know when to get it going. You know what I mean?
So watch out for Archbishop Carroll 4A boys. It's funny, their boys team's 4A, girls team who won the Catholic League Championship today. They're
6A. Yeah.
Bigger.
That's a big difference. 4A and 6A.
Semifinals, District 1 5A, Upper Dublin against Holy Ghost. Oh, no. It's the finals. My bad. Upper Dublin against Pencrest, 7 o'clock Thursday, Westchester University. And let's go Pencrest because they're from Delaware County. 6A, we're in the semifinals. Plymouth Whitemarsh is going to be taking on Souderton and Mafacton against Coatesville and the Red Raiders. So it's going to be one hell of a District 6, a District
Dave,
6A.
You have great sports schools down there.
Yes,
like
we do.
A lot of those schools you just named, they have great boys sports programs, great girls sports programs, fall programs, winter, spring. They're just really, really strong sports schools.
The sad thing is the last District 1 boys high school basketball.
I know, yeah.
PIAA state title.
Coatesville.
No, Coatesville. They've only won one state title. That was 2001.
Well, they won in football one year, didn't they? Or they were runners
They
up?
never won a PIAA state championship.
Football. Who was it?
Rups. The Philadelphia Catholic League.
I rudely
No. They were runner-ups to North Allegheny.
Okay. Well, I interrupted you. Who was the last big school?
2013, that was Lower Merion beat Chester in the state finals.
Yes.
And the last Delaware County boys team to win a state championship, Chester beat Lower Merion 2012. That's the year that Central Dauphin and Chester played in the state semifinals, and you were there for that one.
Yeah, Chester whooped them.
So for the most part, go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just going to say they had a future NBA player on that Chester team.
Just District 3 boys, you have 4 state champs in the last 10 years in boys.
But for the most part, in the last 10 or 15 years, it's been District 12 winning the state championships for 6A, right?
Yeah, Central York 2 years ago, but they eluded the District 12 team.
Red 3 state titles, and Central York won that's 4 from your district.
From 17 to 24. Yeah, from 17 to 24, District 3 won 4 big school.
Yes.
6A. They were all in 6A. Yeah.
So whatever Rick says. How about no Lower? I'll slow down. No Lower Merion in the state tournament this year. No Reading in the state tournament this year. Chester has to beat Conestoga on the consolation game this week, or Chester will miss the state tournament for the 2nd straight year. Am I missing anybody else?
No, but we got Harrisburg back in. They won. Well, they got in. They got in. And right. and York William Penn is in the district semis.
And CD East got in for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
So I look forward to Jason Fisher next Sunday, 6 o'clock.
No, Sundays from now.
Not the states. Is Harrisburg didn't make it into states, right?
No. I'm just saying they've gotten to postseason. They hadn't been in the postseason for as they say, a minute.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no, Jason Fisher's 2 weeks. He wants to come on. He asked if he could come on the show prior to the state championship starting, and that would be 2 weeks.
Man, still got 2 more weeks before we start. Jeez.
Yeah. He's coming on the 4th.
Hey, I'm your District 6 guy. So real quick,
that's next week, because Sunday's March 1st.
Oh, that's right. It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I forgot we were doing it. We were moving it back 3 days. Okay. Thanks, John. Man, I'll tell you, sometimes I just
when's the show? Our next show?
It's going to be a Wednesday.
Yeah, so we're not going to have a Sunday night show.
No show next Sunday. We're moving it to Wednesday. Remember, Dave, we talked about this.
That's right.
Because we don't want to have it 5 days before the state championship tournament begins. We want to have it 2 days.
Jason,
everything's fresh and warm, and Jason Fisher has won 3 of the last 4, right?
Yeah.
State champ in 3A and 4A. They moved up in the midst of all that, right?
Yes.
2 in 3A, 1 in 4A, if I'm not mistaken.
So keep an eye on West Catholic too. So yeah, that'll be great to talk to Jason. Oh my God, so cool. Size up who, what? He'll be the District 12, and District 1. He'll size it up.
All right, fellas. I want to thank you guys again. I thank you every week. You guys came prepared tonight, man. Notes. You both had notes. I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, we're all volunteers here, and but at least Legalstown Gazette Sports is kind of mine, so I have to be here. But you guys don't have to be here. And I want you to keep having fun because this is a good time. Go ahead, Dave.
One more. Erie against State College, District 6 versus District 10 sub-regional championship game. The winner goes to the state tournament and we'll play one of the WPIAL schools, probably Newcastle in the first round. Can State College hang with a very athletic Erie team that beat McDowell?
No. And you know me, I've been singing State College praises, man. I've liked them. I like their schedule. They almost beat Central Dauphin. I think they lost to them in overtime up there.
Lost 4 of their last 5, but they found a way to beat my husband.
Yeah, the answer is no. We say no.
Hey, going back to the Philly area, is Constitution still alive?
Yeah, they're going to be in double A playoffs.
Yeah.
So another friend of the show, Coach Rob Moore. So we've had a lot of great coaches on this show.
His final year coaching too, right, Joe?
Final year coaching. Only coach that the school has ever had for boys basketball. All right, fellas. So then we have 10 days, I guess, whatever that amounts to. Not this coming Sunday, but the following Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays from now. And I want to mention again that we are going to be working on this, and I think we're going to wait till the end of the season to do this. And it's a girls basketball all-star team, and we like girls basketball. We just don't have enough kind of enthusiasm for me to build a whole panel to do a weekly show, but we're looking forward to that. So thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. USA, way to go.
There you go.
men and women won the gold. Great Olympics for the U.S. Got my U.S. hat on. This is not an Olympics hat, Dave. This is a Ryder Cup hat, but it works for everything USA related.
That's golf.
Yeah, it's golf. Dave's looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, that's golf, right?
The Delaware State tournament start. I love the way they do it in the state of Delaware because the top 24 teams. That's it.
One class. They just put them all together.
One class, and you grind it out for 2 weeks.
I'll bet you the bigger schools win almost every single one, though.
I'd like to know how many more schools Pennsylvania has than Delaware, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, viewers, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you 2 Wednesdays from tonight at 7:00. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, John.
Right on.
Have a great Sunday evening.
Amen.
See you guys.
All right.